I build worlds for a living, but I don't build them alone.
I'm Jeannie, the first reader and the partner who keeps the real world running.
I'm J.E. Sutton Jr. This is the Co-Authored Life.
Look at the stories we share and the life that we're building together. Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
We're both fresh off haircuts today. It's haircut day.
Haircut day. I think we mentioned that a few podcasts ago, too.
Because we did it the same day that day, too.
Yeah.
Totally by accident. Because we don't coordinate that sort of.
No, mine are always on Saturdays, though, now.
Well, mine are too, but they're not necessarily on the same Saturdays. And it just sort of works out that occasionally they're on the same day. But
he's going away in a few weeks for a conference. So
from Sunday.
A week. It is a week from Sunday.
From Sunday, I'll be traveling.
And I'll be home alone to watch all the girl movies I want.
Traveling to Las Vegas for my day job.
Yes, your day job. The one that keeps us in.
Yeah, the one that actually pays for this, all this craziness.
Yeah, and lets me work the job I want to work.
Yeah,
because we wouldn't be able to live.
Although my events coordinator at work keeps telling me that she wants me to get a booth at the conference and sell books there, but I think I'll be busy doing other stuff.
I mean, I could go and do that.
She's kidding.
Oh, I would. I'd hawk your books. I mean, I do already, but.
You are the best. You are my best salesperson for the books. So what's going on with our first segment, Pages and Process?
Well, we already talked about it. I do hawk your books.
She does, and we got for an upcoming show that we've talked about coming up in July, the Literary Indulgence Festival. Hey, I got that name right.
You did.
I'm not gonna try the college name because I'll get it wrong. But
FSCJ. We
bought a handheld Square sales terminal so we can sell books at the show. Takes care of taxes, takes care of receipts, takes care of everything right in one device, and allows you to transfer it right back to your bank account. So.
Yeah, because most of the time at the bookstores, they handle all of the transactions. They take their cut, of course.
Right.
But they handle the taxes and all of that, and then we get a check.
Yep. But at this event, they don't take care of any of that. You're on your own. So we decided to invest in that. I used it this week because a coworker wasn't able to use the website. Turned out we figured out why, but that it was a good opportunity to test that device. And it worked like a champ.
Yeah, where I didn't have to buy a book from you.
No, and I sold a hardback book.
Yeah.
In the process. So.
Yeah. He does like those hardbacks, doesn't he?
He does. I do not know why, but he does like them.
Maybe he just likes the feel of it.
I think he does, and fine with me. Somebody asked me online this week. They asked. I mean, there was an open thread, but the question was, which format of your book, paperback, ebook, or hardback, which one, if you're selling all of them online, which one would you prefer that a reader buy? Because which one do you make more money on? And I've been asked that question before, and the difference isn't enough to really worry about. I mean, I usually make a little bit more on the paperback than I do on either ebook or hardback, but not enough to care. And my opinion is the reader should just pick whatever format they want to read.
Right.
And if it's my job to make the profit margin work, and if I don't want to sell in that format, I just delist it. I don't have to sell in that format. I choose to sell in those formats because I know that people have different tastes. And it doesn't technically cost any more to do that because
it's all print on demand.
Print on demand, you only pay when the books get printed. So it doesn't really matter. So the only thing we have to pay for is the author copies, and we don't usually keep a large number of hardbacks on hand because we don't sell a lot of them. Paperbacks would go through fairly quickly usually.
Didn't we sell a hardback though at the last book event?
We sold a hardback at the Failsafe program at the first book signing that we did. Probably because the cover is a little bit more catchy than the paperbacks that we had. The hardback had a new cover on it. And I think it's a lot better.
I do too.
I think it's a lot better.
We learned.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve. And
yeah. So, we've sold a couple of hardbacks over the course of the books, but mostly paperbacks. And of course, the vast majority of our sales are electronic ebooks.
Right. And so you can get the books anywhere, everywhere.
Yep. In fact, this month, June, By the time you listen to this, it will be June. This month, I'm running specials on 2 different sites. So we're continuing, because it was popular, we're continuing our buy both copies of the Failsafe program and the Cybernetic Resonance on Google Play, and you get both for 50% off. So you get basically almost a BOGO,
Yeah.
right?
BOGO! Who doesn't love a
So
BOGO?
so there you go. You can't beat that. Google Play. That's through the end of June. And also through the end of June, I'm offering a 25% discount coupon on Smashwords.
Oh, cool.
So we'll put links to both in the podcast description this week, and you'll be seeing them online as well. It's just a way to keep interest, keep those books pushed up in the algorithm and showing up on sites to keep interest.
And if you've read them, please, please review them.
Review them. Yes, go and
Be honest.
Yeah, be honest. Whatever you thought, be honest. We can take a little criticism, especially if it's well thought out.
Constructed, yes.
Constructive is good. But go and review them. Reviews are the lifeblood of the author, especially independent authors.
Yeah.
And they help quite a bit get interest in the books. And if you had read them and you liked them, tell your friends and family. Request them from the library so they get picked up by our local library.
Yeah, I was playing on the Hoopla app.
Yep.
And I can find the Failsafe program, but I can't find Cybernetic Resonance. So I need to look at one of our copies and get that ISBN number and request it so that it shows up on Hoopla as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's good, because we're listed through direct to digital, which partners with Overdrive, which sells to both Hoopla and Libby, and directly to Ingram Spark sells hardback and paperback copies to libraries.
Yeah, you're definitely on
So
Libby.
I'm everywhere. If you can't, like I said, I've tell people, if you can't find the book, drop us a line and let us know where you're shopping for books, and we'll try to get it there. The only place we're not really at is in physical bookstores. That takes a little bit more work. And kudos to my author friends online who have done it, and from their description, it's a lot of work. So
we might be a little jelly.
Yeah, we are a little jelly. So, but in writing news, I am plugging right along. I finished another chapter. I'm halfway through the next chapter, getting pretty close to the climax.
Ooh, wow.
And then a little twist for the day.
Has it been fun watching me read?
It is fun to watch you read, because I write a scene and I think, oh, Mom, I think this is clever. I think this is cool. And then when she's reading and I hear her going, oh,
it's good.
Although I fixed one of those O's.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the coffee scene I fixed.
Really?
Yeah.
Because what I said hit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she adds cream to the coffee this time.
Okay, good.
So anyway, because I thought about what you said, and people usually don't change up like that.
No, we don't. If you're a cream drinker, you're a cream drinker.
Right. And if you drink it black, you usually don't put anything. Although I like cortados, which is what this character drinks, but I also drink it black other than that. But I think the cortado is a special drink, and I only drink it on special occasions. So anyway, there's that.
I mean, your characters could be like me, that like for tea, I can drink tea, hot tea,
right?
Just hot tea, any flavor, love it.
Right.
Where I don't need cream or sugar or honey or agave or whatever you're using. Bourbon, whiskey, gin.
Wow, that sounds like a great scene to write. But anyway, so I think in the outline I have 6 or 7 chapters left to write.
Oh, wow.
So including an epilogue that I'm gonna write, which is a tie-in to the next Alan Harrison and Layla.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which I already know what that's about, and that's going to be a fun book too.
Yes, it is. I think it's really fun. I've been dying to get in and start plotting and writing it. All I have right now are the title, the summary, which is just sort of the kernel of what the book's about. Sort of like I mean, it's not the murder, but it's sort of like
vision of the
it's
book.
The vision. It's really sort of what you take the inspiration. This is how I usually work. So you take an inspiration. In this case, it was a song, the anniversary of a song actually, and I started thinking about that song, and it led me to the setting for the story and sort of the industry and the backdrop. And of course, these books are all about technology, so I wanted to bring that into the mix, and so that's where I got the key idea. So the key idea, is in the summary, but how we're going to get there, who's involved. Well, maybe I know who's involved, but who's involved and what all happens is different. And there's all sorts of character development that I want to do for the main characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in this book. So I think it's going to be really, really fun. I can't wait to start writing it. Which
Alan's going to shave his beard?
nope, he's not going
Okay.
to shave his beard. But so, but Layla, we know that Stacy's going to grow because if you read Cybernetic Resonance, you know that
Yes.
she's expanding her career.
That epilogue was fun.
Layla, if you've read Cybernetic Resonance, Cybernetic Resonance, you know that Layla is developing.
Yes.
So we're gonna play with that a little bit. And plus, there's a fun character.
She gonna do the thing out west out thing?
The Out West thing.
Yes, with that other character.
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay, cool.
Probably. Yes. Yeah, we'll probably
We're
put something
talking
in
in
there.
code.
And then we'll probably do a.
Oh,
well,
I'm excited.
Yeah, and then the other thing that and now I just lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
When you brought that up, but oh yeah, and there's a character who's coming back from the first book,
who we love.
One of the dangers of writing side characters in novels is that you fall in love with them, and then you don't want to give them up. And in this case, she's appearing in the Failsafe program and in Holiday Hustle.
Yes,
and she's been mentioned in Cybernetic Resonance, but not by name. So if you're a fan now, you probably already know who it is. If you have guessed who it is, drop us a line and tell us who you think it is.
Yes, please.
We'll let you know. But it's not secret. But and she's not the murderer or anything, but she's going to show up.
Or is she?
Well, you never know in my stories. But so anyway, that's what we're doing. That's Pages in Process. I think that's probably a lot. I think I started this segment wondering, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah, in other Pages in Process, we're starting to coalesce our tablescape for upcoming events, and we have some new technology that I'm waiting to come in to make our table easier for people to notice and easier for people to get a hold of Jerry and his links and stuff like that. So hopefully we're having some technical difficulty. We'll see how that pans out. So yeah, that's pretty much Pages in Process, trying to get things ready for events, trying to reduce the paper that we have to print for people to get hold of us.
Yeah.
We're going to do, if you're familiar with Dot, I bought a Dot device so you can tap it and it will have all of his contact information.
Really excited about that. That's pretty cool.
I know.
And you're going to have I want to show it when we get it.
Oh, yeah.
No. I'm talking about the other thing you bought.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to talk about that yet, but I want to show it when you get it because I think it seems like really cool.
I know.
And I'm really excited about that.
So, yeah, because booth banners and tablecloths,
very expensive.
They're expensive. And as an author, if you have multiple things out, you can't be changing your banner every time something comes out. Well, you can, but wow.
Yeah, it's really difficult if you're producing 2 or 3 books a year, though, because you're constantly changing your catalog. So, I don't really go that way. We could do it with like a logo or something like that, but they are very expensive.
I was pricing them out to kind of help us out, and they're starting out at $200 a pop, and that's for something that is like 1 or 2 colors and not the colors that we need. So anyway, I'm excited about that. That's my process of the co-authored life. I'm in charge of the.
Well, you're very important. That's a very, very important part of the process. All of the logistics that go into doing shows like
you would have never thought about getting the tap thingy, would you?
That I didn't think about that at all. No. So
I love that stuff. I already have one of those cards that I've used many times.
Right.
People are like, "Oh, what's your Instagram?" Pull out the card, they tap. Suddenly they're able to get it, and I don't have to explain why I have Jeannie, GKNEE.
I never understood that.
Guinea.
Guinea. Never
Anyway,
understood what Guinea meant.
it's not. It's Jeannie.
She kept telling me to sound it out. I'm like, what's Guinea? What does that mean?
Guinea. Because that's a name.
No,
Guinea.
I didn't understand what you were talking about.
Jeannie.
Genie. If there was a dash in it, I would have got it.
Well, then somebody would think I was AI. Sorry.
Only if it was an
I
M.
had to go there.
It was only if it's an M dash.
Well, how are they going to know?
Well, I don't know. It was also 1994, so
95. 94,
94 when we
is when we
met.
first talked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, we're old. Somebody posted about going to some event and saying that they were old. And I'm like, yeah, we are. And we should be proud of that. We should be proud of being old. And
Well, yeah, but the I think the really weird part is we're really plugged into social media and to the sort of latest trends. So I don't think we come off as old sometimes. And maybe we do to younger people, but I think to older people, sometimes we don't because
no. Yeah.
we're all plugged in. And I'm surprised when some of my contemporaries don't understand some of the references. I'm like, what? Don't you read online, or aren't you on social media? No, I don't pay any attention to that.
So anyway, that's my process as far as pages and processes. I keep us
Right.
up to date with technology.
Right.
To make it easier for
Yes.
your readers.
So yes, and make it easier for me at shows where I'm focused on just having to deal with people.
Talking about your book.
Talking about my book,
So let's talk about other books.
Let's talk about other books. Yeah. What's the segment called?
The Analog Book Club.
All right. Let's talk about it. What are you reading?
I'm still reading The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm not, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you were a little frustrated with it this morning, but
yeah, it's good. It's really, really good. I have been really distracted with the end of the school year and just kind of that, what do I do now? Kind of feeling, these past 2 years of school have been rough and
for different reasons.
yes.
Yeah.
So I've been dealing with that. I am still listening to All the Light We Cannot See. I no longer have a commute, so I need to find ways to
Reasons to listen.
Yeah. And because that book is, I really can't express how much I'm loving this book. I almost want to read it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've never done that.
Listen to a book and then read a book?
Not in close succession. I haven't. I mean, I have listened to books that I have read in the past, right? And we listened to not too long ago. We listened to a audio adaptation of
A book that you were reading.
a book that I had read, the Mysterious Affair at Styles, the first Poirot book from Agatha Christie, and this was with Peter Dinklage, right?
Amazing.
Yeah, who's an amazing Poirot. But so I've read that book several times, but hearing it on a sort of a
That wasn't a true audiobook.
No, it was
thing,
it was a
dramatization,
more like a radio
Yeah.
show, an old radio show, than it was a book. But so I've done that, but I've never done it like back to back. I've never, read a book or listened to a book and then said, "Oh, I really want to read it," because to me, you get mostly the same things out of it. They're almost never abridged. So it's word for word.
Yeah.
The only thing you get differently is in the book, you sometimes have to make assumptions about accents and pronunciations that you don't in the audiobook, but the information's the same.
So in All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, sorry. There is a lot of French and German because it happens during World War II in the French invasion or the German invasion of France. And so all of the French street names and all of the German that is being spoken, I could never do in my head.
So one of the things that I find very distracting in books is when the author tries to write in an accent, because it just frustrates me trying to read it because the words, they then misspell the words, right?
Right.
And so they're written phonetically so that you get the accent in your head, but it's very distracting to me to read that. I much prefer just give me the
Give me the sentence and
give
then
me
they
the
say in
sentence.
a deep southern drawl or
Right.
something.
And then I can try to sort of figure out what that means. The audiobook though can do that for you, and it's not as distracting at all because you hearing it is different than you trying to do it in your head. And you don't do it justice in your head. And when you're reading text, your brain shortcuts that, right? It does not focus on every single letter in the word. That's not how people read. Their brains recognize words as symbols. And so your brain, it's just difficult for me to do it, and I get very distracted when there's a lot of accent dialogue in a book.
So I do think I probably will probably read this at some point in my life, just because I'm at 50%. I just checked my percentage this morning when I went to go get my hair cut, and 50%, and I just can't get enough of this book. It's so much has
Absolutely.
happened, so much more obviously is going to happen if it's only 50%.
Right. So I am reading the latest Michael Connelly book, Ironwood, which is it's a new character that he started last year. It's Detective Stillwell, who is a
How do they spell Stillwell?
Stillwell.
Oh, the proper
So,
way, like
yep.
General Stillwell. Yeah,
Um,
or Stillwell, the
still,
school I used to work.
still is a detective in the LAPD, and he has been assigned to Catalina Island because of some.
Well, that's why you were talking about
Yeah,
Catalina Island
yeah,
this morning.
Catalina Island because of some dust up he had with some coworkers, some colleagues in LA. And so it's a story about his work as running the substation on Catalina Island. So
So
it's
small town feel?
small town feel, big time crime is what he calls
Oh,
small town, big crime.
I
I
might
think
like that.
so. It is very good. I like it. I love the first book just because it gives you again. I love books that give you a sense of being in a place,
Right.
right? So, and Michael Connelly's books are a little like that with LA, but maybe not as much as the Catalina books are because that's such a smaller place. So you hear about things. It makes you want to go to Catalina and experience these things because you've heard it described so well.
So
So
I'm just gonna so in my audiobook, All the Light We Cannot See, the one of the main characters is blind. So her father builds a replica of the city. So you learn about the city through 22 steps down the
right,
road past 18 storm
right.
drains, and it's that's so
That's
fascinating.
fascinating stuff, right? It's also the stuff that makes authors crazy because readers will nitpick that. I just read online where an author was being criticized because he wrote a story in which there was a hospital in a town where there's no hospital, and
I mean,
his
you've done that in cybernetic no, it's not.
well
No, it's it's occlusion point. Occlusion, sorry.
Closure point. So yes, but my books take place in the future.
Right. So
So
it
far
could
enough in the
happen.
future that you don't know what it's going to look like. And if you did, it's going to be 10 years past that anyway. So,
Right.
because I did never tell you what year it was. So, but authors uh, have to make certain details up because if you don't, you'll never be able to write realistically about things. If you write about a real hospital, then people criticize you because the hallway's in the wrong place.
Right.
But
The hallway isn't that wide.
yeah, that hallway isn't that wide. But
You can barely get two
right.
gurneys down it.
Right. You can't get two gurneys in that hallway. Okay. But I needed to get two gurneys for the story. You're just going to have to suspend disbelief. We just before the story started, we remodeled that hallway. Just go with it. But I do love stories that give you a feeling for the actual geography. Make the setting part of the book. Make that a character in the book. And those are some of the best books because it makes you want to visit those places. And one of the things that I think you get out of reading is experiencing different things, which is why I always tell people to read outside their own experiences,
Right.
right? Read things from authors from Norway or from Europe, from Paris or from China or Japan. Stories that are from a different perspective, because you're not going to get you're not going to get a different perspective from people who look and sound and have had the same experience as you. There's nothing wrong with those books. Read those too, but definitely branch out and listen and read things that are from people with a different perspective. It'll give you a different outlook on life, things that are important,
Right.
help you understand, you know, that life is different in other places. It's also the same. You also get this feeling of the differences, while the sameness is there too. They're still humans. They're still going through the same things. They just sometimes have different motivations and different experiences.
It's funny that you talk about the sameness, because that's really what makes a good book, is that you see the humanity of the
Yes.
characters.
Yes.
Whether it's romantic fantasy, sci-fi mystery,
Right.
historical
And
fiction, whatever.
yeah. And a good book will make you think about things in your own life and make you feel like, oh, that's just like what happened to me once, or just something I heard about or a friend of mine went through. But hopefully it will connect to you on a human level. And even
Yeah.
if you didn't go through it, it can make you feel that way. What was it recently? What was I reading? I told you about it later that I had a reaction. Oh, we were reading uh, uh A Song of the Unsung Mushroom,
Hmm.
and there's a story about a family pet.
Oh
And
yeah.
it triggered me a little because, I remembered my feelings about losing a family pet, and that it wasn't even a big part of the story. It was just
No.
a
No.
one line. And I felt myself being emotional about it. And I remember you asking me what was wrong. I'm like, you'll figure, you'll know
I
when you
wasn't
read
there
this,
yet.
when you read this page, you'll know. But that's what I'm talking about. It can connect with you and let you feel those emotions and go through it. So the other thing that I'm listening to is The Man with the Golden Gun, Ian Fleming's last novel. It's a very short novel for Ian Fleming. Um, I don't know the word count exactly, but on audiobook, it's only 4.5 hours,
Oh wow.
which is pretty short for a
Wow, we could
thriller.
have used that for some kind of a road
Yeah, we
trip.
could have,
Oh wow.
but but I'm 3/4 of the way through it. Again, this book he wrote, the last book he wrote before he passed away, and he never had a chance to write a second draft. This was the first draft of his novel.
Yeah, we've
So
talked about that.
they polished it a little, but they didn't go back. And apparently Fleming's process was to go back and insert a lot of detail um, in the book afterwards. And if you've read Fleming's work, the detail would be things like, you know, lavish descriptions of the food and
Right.
the liquor and the entertainment and all sorts of stuff, and the locations. He would put a lot of those details in, and so none of that is there. It's very, very tight drama. So it's good. But you can definitely tell that it's a little shorter than the rest of the book. So I'm almost finished with that. Looking forward to finishing both that and Ironwood and moving on to the next. I don't know what my next read is. Although, I think uh, Craig Johnson has a new book out. The Brothers McKay. I got to read that.
Yeah, we talked
I
about that
love
one.
Craig Johnson.
Yeah.
All
Why don't you
right. So
marry him?
I think that about wraps up the Analog Book Club,
I
unless
think
you have
so
something
too.
else.
No, you totally didn't hear me, but
Oh,
that's
what'd you
okay.
say?
I said, why don't you marry him?
Well, I think he's already married, and
So are you. For now. Anyway,
does apparently have a lot of money. Maybe we can work out some arrangements.
plot and popcorn, because the plot is thickening here. 12 times more likely, just saying. Plot and popcorn, what are we watching? We are watching Widow's Bay still. It's
Oh my gosh. We watched the episode last night where they had a flashback to the origins of this island.
yeah,
And
I was like, what?
that was a creepy
What are
episode.
we watching? And scary as
But they still made you laugh right in the middle of
yeah.
it. They'll like make you laugh out loud.
Yeah.
It is
It's great
amazingly well
writing.
written. Yeah, it is incredibly well written.
Oh, we're also watching.
We watched the first episode of Friends and Neighbors
Yeah.
with John Hamm.
God,
Pretty
he's so
good.
good.
He's a very good actor.
I
I don't.
watched Hamnet.
Oh yeah, you did watch Hamnet.
It wasn't exactly like the book is better, but It definitely told the important parts of the book. I mean, you only have 2 hours, you can't cram it all in, but it basically told the story of Agnes and her children and how Shakespeare, who they only said his name twice most of the time in the book, they don't
They
mention
don't
his
mention it
name
at
in it
all.
at
Right.
all.
They just allude to who he is.
Yes. He's the
They
Latin tutor, he's the playwright.
right. And they talk about the plays,
Yes.
but not the names of the plays, right?
They do, of course, with Hamlet
With
at the
Hamlet, oh yeah, because it's based
right.
on his son's name, yeah. But basically they tell you who it is without saying his name.
Yeah.
In the movie, they sort of cheat on that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
They
and you probably have to.
It is a different medium, and sometimes it doesn't come across. People might not quite
There's this
understand.
blurb both in the book and in the at the beginning of the movie that Hamnet and Hamlet are interchangeable and have been since whatever in that
Since
area.
yeah,
Anyway, good movie. I'm also watching The Testament, the Margaret Atwood
the sequel to the
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale.
Scary, scary
Much different.
stuff.
It's a much different story, and a different story from where they went in the Handmaid's Tale TV show
Well,
adaptation.
this takes after June is already back in Toronto,
Yeah.
and this is mostly about Hannah, her
Hannah, her
daughter,
daughter.
but you don't really know that Hannah is Hannah in this series unless you've read
The book.
or or watched the
Well,
series.
in the book, they equivocate about that quite a bit. Is it or isn't it? So I haven't seen the movie, but I read the book some time ago.
So
It
I'm
was a good
watching
book.
that. We're also together still watching Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica. We're in season 3.
Yeah.
Still in the Cylon occupation of New Caprica.
Yes.
Great opportunity, and I'm never going to get the actor's name right, but great opportunity for the actor that plays Dr. Baltar, the man you love to hate in this series. But
Yes.
it's incredibly
Because he doesn't become a prophet yet. That's later, right?
right. That's later. That's after. That's after the.
That's back on the
That's
ships.
back on the ships. Yep.
Yeah.
After he's deposed. But anyway, what I was gonna say is it's incredibly difficult to write and to act a character that is so reviled and do it so well. And he does an excellent job at that.
He does an excellent job of being psychotic.
Yes.
And
Yeah. And so it's really good. I again appreciate it even more with every rewatch.
I try to turn it on for just background and then I just end up watching it. So
yeah.
I don't think what else are we? St. Dennis, Hacks. Hacks is getting really funny.
Yep, we watched another episode of Hacks this week. I think that's it. We haven't.
I really want to get back to Young Sherlock. No, we finished it.
No, we finished Young Sherlock. Got to wait for the next season. We got to finish Foundation.
Yeah.
And there was something else that we're in the middle of and haven't.
And Google's telling us the temperature outside. You can probably see it behind me, right there.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I think that's it for Plot and Popcorn.
Yeah, I think so. Although you also might have heard the co-producer wandered in to give us a little direction and then wandered out again. So I don't know if you heard that or not, but that was in the last segment. So what's one other thing I want to talk about. It's actually back to Pages in Process.
Okay.
But I did want to mention that we are getting really, really close to the release of the audiobook version of the Failsafe program. Yeah,
Have you gotten it?
Yeah, I got an update last week from the narrator producer. I'm not going to even try her name. We'll
get to that
when the book gets released on audiobook. We'll publicize her name. But she sent me a message that she finished recording about a week or two ago, and she's finished mastering the first 10 out of 23 chapters. So
that's so exciting! You haven't even told me this.
Yeah. And then she sent me a message was because
I don't even get to hear it first.
I haven't heard anything other than the sample, but she sent me a message.
No, I meant the news.
Oh, sorry. I thought I had told you about that,
No.
but it just happened this week. But she had sent me a message because she came across a word that she wasn't sure how to pronounce, and she wanted to get.
Well, we talked about the K word.
This is the different. This is Cognition, the company that the consulting
Oh,
company that Howard Salazar founded, and because it's spelled weird because I wanted it to be unique,
right.
and she messaged me to see how to pronounce it, but she picked up right away that it was a play on the word cognition, and she just wanted to confirm that. So we confirmed that. So she's expecting to be done either this weekend or early next week, I think.
Well, you're gonna probably get at least one sale from me because I will definitely listen to it.
Well, I think I get some marketing. I get some promotional links. That's probably what we'll use, but we'll definitely announce it and publicize it a lot. I'm really excited about audiobook. I'd love to do an audiobook for cybernetic residents as well, but I really need to know that there's a market for it before we invest the money in it. But if people want an audiobook, we'll absolutely produce them. I love the format. And so I think it's a whole new market for us.
It
And
is reading.
it is. It is. We consider it reading. You don't have to consider reading, but you don't get to gatekeep anybody else whether or not they consider it
Just
reading.
listen.
Just do whatever you want, and don't worry about what everybody else is on.
But bye.
So anyway, there's that's the story I want to get to. I forgot to do that earlier. So that is coming out probably by the end of June. We'll be releasing that.
Cool.
I expect to get the masters really, really soon. Yes, our co-producer is in the corner getting comfortable on her bag,
Yes.
or her gift bag. All right, what's the next segment we have to talk about?
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? What did we cook? We didn't do a lot of cooking this week, but we did some.
We did do some. We mentioned last podcast that
We were going to do
chili dogs.
chili dogs, and we did. Cooked Sunday night. We cooked a big pot of chili, which we had for dinner Sunday night, and then Monday for dinner we had the leftover chili on hot dogs. Love that. Love chili dogs. They're messy though.
Yes.
They went everywhere.
I really need to find a good gluten-free bun.
Yeah, but homemade chili. Well, good gluten-free buns are difficult.
I know.
They're tough. I mean, you do use bread. It's not the same.
No.
I ended up eating mine open face too, though, because just lifting it and
Yeah.
it was going everywhere, and I'm just like, I don't have time for
That
this.
bun though was. Ugh, I need to throw those out.
So, but we made just homemade chili. We make it, ground beef
We talked about that. Yeah.
and black beans and
Kidney
kidney
beans.
beans and red tomatoes, a red onion that we chop up fresh. We do use the canned vegetables for the tomatoes, black beans and kidney
Did
beans.
you put that up on the recipe page?
No, I don't think I did.
You should.
I don't think no, we didn't because we hadn't made it yet. I will this week. I've got to write that up because I actually used 2 different recipes and a little bit of my own sort of stuff. So we'll have to we'll have to do a little bit of blending that stuff together to get a one recipe. Because I have a spice recipe that I sort of use as a guide, and then the chili recipe is our own.
Oh, right.
We put all that together
right.
ourselves over time with different things. We used to put peppers in it. We used to put
Celery.
But we've settled on this. So we did that. Had that over the weekend. That was really, really good. And then you did something that was really, really good. So you cooked.
So Tuesday you had a work dinner. So I had girl dinner, which was salmon and a whole bag of salad. And which is not really healthy for you, but it was so good that Taylor Farms sweet kale with a poppy seed dressing is just delicious. Thank you, Taylor Farms. Please sponsor us. So I had that Tuesday, and then Wednesday we had pork chops with a mixed vegetable.
Yeah, we did. The mixed vegetables were
meh.
But so you cooked 4 very thick cut pork chops.
Yes.
And we had 2 leftovers. So we decided to do the leftover pork chops 2 nights later. And How did you prepare them? Because I thought that was very, very creative. Although where you got the idea is kind of interesting, so you should say that too.
So I pork chops, pork eludes me with how dry it gets. It drives me crazy. So I was thinking, what am I going to do with these pork chops? How am I going to reheat them so that they're tender and moist? And then I remembered a Gilmore Girl hack from Emily. She and Lorelai have roast,
Right.
and it's late or something, and she sent the maids home, and she said, "Well, I'm gonna rewarm the roast," and I even put a little bit of wine in the pan, and I'm thinking,
To re-moisturize it. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So I pulled out some Chardonnay we had and put it in the bottom of the dish and put some barbecue sauce on top of it. We used the Sweet Baby Ray's golden sauce because that's our favorite,
Yep.
and they were
It was
delicious.
very, very good. That sort of mixture between the tartness of the Chardonnay and the dryness of the Chardonnay and the sweetness of the Sweet Baby's Ray's was fantastic. It was better than it was the night
Yeah,
before, 2
it
nights
was
before.
good the night before, but it
Yeah, but it
wasn't.
was really good with the
It was
barbecue
decadent.
sauce. I wanna cook we talked about cooking them that way originally, right? And just sort of baking them in a dish with the red wine in there. I think they'll be really, really, really good. So, that was really good.
White wine.
I'm sorry, white wine. Yeah, we did it with, black box Chardonnay
Yeah.
that we just had in the refrigerator. So, what else? Did we do anything else?
Um, well, with it, we had roasted green beans that were delicious.
Yeah, the roasted green beans were really, really good. You just sort of cooked them up, and you used special spices on there. What'd
Yep,
you use
my
on there?
alligator seasoning.
Alligator seasoning.
So
There's no alligators in the seasoning, just
no.
for the record.
So my good friend Allison, who I worked with at the middle school, told me about this seasoning called Everglades. And I just looked at her like,
What's in that?
what's Everglades seasoning? I'm thinking, do they grind up alligators? What's going on? And apparently it's very popular in Latin foods. It's just a mixture,
It's a
a
South
se-
Florida, spice
season.
mixture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we use the Everglades seasoning.
And I think I made the same joke when you told me about it. It's
Yeah.
like, what is there, alligators in it?
So if you don't, it is so good on vegetables.
Yeah,
She
it's really
tried it.
good.
She puts it on her eggs.
I don't know about that, but
I'm
although
like,
I did experiment today. I did cook today. I cooked an omelet today.
yeah,
Fell apart, by the way.
I
Um,
know.
oh, so you know because you heard me screaming
Yeah, I did.
obscenities at it. So, yeah, it got a little too brittle and it tore apart. So I just flipped it over so you couldn't see the, broken part. Anyway, I was a little Julia Child. Did a little uh, Julia Child, uh, imitation.
What they don't see,
You're in the kitchen. Who's going to know?
right?
And I just flipped it over on the other side so you couldn't see that it fell apart. But um, I put some red pepper flakes in that this morning. I
Well,
was
you
going to say
often put
I
red
do
pepper
that on eggs.
flakes
I
in
like
our
a
eggs.
little bit of spice in the eggs, but nothing. I don't like anything overly spicy. But I'm very, very white, so I don't not a real spice eater. But I do like a little bit of the red pepper flakes in breakfast food sometimes. So we did that. I don't know about Everglades seasoning though, but we could try it and see.
Does it in her scrambled eggs. I
I
think we should
mean,
try it.
uh, look,
How bad could it be?
scrambled eggs are. I mean, that's the dish. They don't really have a lot of flavor on their own, so whatever you put in it can enhance it. So it's probably really, really good. So I'm probably a little too conservative on that, using mostly just butter, salt, and pepper. And occasionally some red pepper flakes. But we could spice it up, try some different stuff. I don't. Well, I'm probably not going to do any wine or anything with it. But
No, eggs and wine probably.
no.
Ugh.
Although I could go for bottomless mimosas for
Ooh,
breakfast.
or Bloody Marys.
Get get drunk like we did that one time at brunch and stumble home and
I miss that
sleep.
place. Oh, I drove by Josephine's, and they have all kinds of little lights outside on their little outdoor eating
Oh, we
area.
should go there again.
Yeah.
Coming soon to a date night.
Sometimes I get disappointed by their menu though.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed that they took those short ribs off the menu and I didn't order them that night.
Yeah, I am too.
I mean,
Well,
I've had short ribs a dozen other times since then, but
they look
that
so good.
that night we had dinner and we were having appetizers, and the couple next to us had the short ribs, and I'd thought about getting them, but I didn't pull the trigger on them. They were so good looking, and they smelled so good. And I said to myself, next time we come here, I'm going to get those.
Next time we went, had taken them off
Off
the
the
menu.
menu. They have not been on the menu since. It's
Nope,
been a year and a half, and
more
they're still
than.
not more than a year and a half, and they still don't have them on the menu. We complain about it every time we go, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I don't know why they don't have them anymore."
So I don't know what we're gonna cook this week, but we'll let you know in next week's episode.
Yep.
Um,
And then the following, again, the following week, I'll be in Las Vegas all week,
Viva Las Vegas!
and not my favorite place.
It is when you don't have to work.
But when you work basically 10, 12-hour big days, and you have to be up early every morning. There's no time to go out at night. You just go back to the room and go to sleep. So it's really not a town. I don't gamble, so going to the casino isn't really that fun for me. And I'd probably go to shows, but again, there's no time. The one time we had a really, really great time was when we extended our vacation
Yeah.
uh, from a conference in Las Vegas, and we took the helicopter tour of the Grand Canyon. That was really good. So, but this time Jeannie's not going.
Nope.
She's going to enjoy her her second full week of summer vacation, and a week without me because I will have left her.
But not left me.
But not left her. Um, and she's gonna have, crazy girl dinner every night and
A lot of salmon and salad.
and
I
and
don't know. Who knows?
and deal with the producer who gets very needy when I'm not around,
Yes.
who will probably sleep in my spot all week.
She tends to do that.
All right.
Okay, so I think that wraps it up for another episode.
So this is the part where I say every story has an end, but our process is just getting started.
Thank you for joining us behind the scenes of the co-authored life.
I'm J.E. Sutton Jr.
And I'm Jeannie. To see what we're currently working on, visit jesuttonjr.com. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next chapter.
All right. We've done it again.
Yeah, we have. Why are you giggling?
I don't know. I'm still thinking about that line I did earlier
What line?
when I said your mom.
Oh, yeah. Why she isn't buying your
Why
book?
she's not buying my books?
Because she's dead.
That's
She
not.
would buy your book, though.
She'd be hot talking my books all over
I know she would.
Lansing.